Get your free copy of the complete tutorial at www.teachucomp.com/free.
After familiarizing yourself with the Lightroom Classic CC environment, the next step is to import photos into the currently selected catalog. When importing photos into Lightroom Classic CC, you can move or copy the imported photos to a new location or leave them in their current locations. All importing choices, though, will create links between the photos' locations and the record of the photos in your currently selected catalog. Before importing photos using Lightroom Classic CC for the first time, consider how you want to organize the photos in your catalog. Although you can move photos after importing them into a catalog, you can avoid doing this by planning your photo organization before importing them. When you import photos in Lightroom Classic CC, you will work from left to right within the Import window. Generally, importing photos is a three-step process. First, on the left side of the Import window, you select which files to import. These files are the source files. Second, in the middle part of the Import window, you decide how to import the photos into the catalog. During this part of the process, you choose between adding, moving, and copying photos. Third, on the right side of the Import window, you specify where the new files are stored. The location you choose to store the files is called the destination folder. During the third part of the import process, you can also select other options for imported files. You can open the Import window three ways. You can choose File, Import Photos and Video from the menu bar. You can drag a file or folder from the Windows Explorer into the grid view, or you can click the Import button in the lower left corner of the Library module. In this course, to avoid confusion, we're going to consistently use the method of clicking the Import button within the Library module. To begin importing photos and building your catalog, click the Import button in the lower left corner of the Library module to open the Import window. Click the Source panel header in the upper left corner of the window to expand it if needed. To select a source location and set source location options, click the Select a Source button above this pane. If the Include Subfolders option in the drop-down menu that appears is checked, then you will also select source files within subfolders of your selected source location. You can uncheck this option to not select source files within subfolders of your selected source location. Connected networks appear within the Source panel. To add a new network location to the Source panel, click the Select a Source button again, and then choose the Other Source command from the menu that appears to open the Choose Source Folder dialog box. Use this dialog box to navigate to the desired network location, click the Network Source folder to select it within the dialog box, and then click the Select Folder button. Doing this then adds the new location into the Source panel. To select source photos to import, navigate within the Source panel to find the folder that contains the photos. When you click a source file folder location in the Source panel, the preview area in the center of the screen shows the photos contained within it. You can use the scroll bar on the right side of the preview area to view all of the photos selected for import if needed. Also notice that the Select a Source button above the Source panel now changes into the From button and shows the currently selected source file folder. The option to include subfolders also now appears as a checkbox at the top of the Source panel. Each photo in the preview area is surrounded by a white border and has a check mark next to it. The border and check mark indicate the photo is selected for import. To exclude a photo from the import, uncheck its checkbox. At the top of this area, there is a toolbar with the option to filter the preview images to show either all photos or only new photos by clicking the desired link. Selecting New Photos shows only photos in the selected location which haven't been previously imported or are suspected to be duplicates. The default is to show all photos in the selected location, though. After selecting a choice here, you can also uncheck either the All Photos or New Photos checkbox that appears in the toolbar directly above the preview area to remove those photos from the import. If you do this, you must then select the individual photos to import. You can also use the Check All and Uncheck All buttons in the toolbar at the bottom of the preview area to select or deselect all photos in the preview area for import. Also, if viewing all photos, you may see grayed out photos appear in the preview area without check marks. These are duplicate photos or photos that have already been imported. Lightroom Classic CC recognizes these and automatically removes them from the import. When selecting photos to import from the preview area, you can sort the photos based on different criteria by clicking the Sort control in the toolbar below the preview area, and then selecting by which values to sort from the pop-up menu that appears. If you select to sort the photos, you can then click the Sort Direction button that appears to the left of the Sort control to change the sort order. You can select the Off choice from the Sort control's pop-up menu to disable the photo sorting. The toolbar below the Import Preview area also shows buttons that let you toggle the view of the preview area between the Grid View and Loop View by clicking the corresponding button at its left end. In the Grid View, you can also click and drag the Thumbnails slider at the toolbar's right end to adjust the size of the thumbnails in the preview area grid. If you are using the Loop View, you can click and drag the Zoom slider that appears at the right end of the toolbar to change the size of the image preview. Also, if using Loop View, you only see one image at a time in the preview area, and the Include and Import checkbox appears in the center of the toolbar below the preview area. You can move back and forth through the photos in Loop View by pressing the right and left arrow keys on your keyboard. After selecting which photos to import, you then must choose how to add them to your Lightroom Classic CC catalog. At the top and center of the Import window are the four options for adding photos to your catalog: Copy as DNG, Copy, Move, and Add. All choices will add the photos to the current catalog. In addition, selecting the Copy as DNG option copies the photos to the selected folder you choose and converts any camera raw files to the DNG format. Selecting the Copy option copies the photos, including any sidecar files, to the destination folder. This can result in duplicate photos on your hard drive, though, so use this option carefully. Selecting the Move option moves the selected source files from their original source location to the destination folder you choose. Also use this choice carefully, as selecting the Move option moves the selected files from their current save location on your hard drive. Selecting the Add option does not move, copy, or convert the selected source files in any way. Your photos remain in their original save location, they retain their original file type, and no additional photo files are created on your computer. This choice simply adds the photos to the current catalog. If you select an importing option that moves or copies the photos, you must then select a destination location. The Add option is the only importing option that does not need a destination folder, as the source files are not moved or copied and are only linked to the currently selected catalog. To set a destination folder if needed, click the To button in the upper right corner of the screen to open a pop-up menu. Choose one of the listed destinations, or click the Other Destination command to launch the Choose Destination Folder dialog box, where you can navigate to a destination folder location of your choice. Alternatively, you can also set a destination location by clicking to select a location in the Destination panel at the right side of the screen. In the Destination panel, you can also check the Into Subfolder checkbox at the top of the panel to copy or move the imported photos into a new subfolder of your selected destination folder. If you check the Into Subfolder option, enter the name of the new subfolder into the Enter Name field that then appears to the right of the checkbox. Below that, you can set further subfolder organizational preferences by clicking the Organize drop-down menu. If your source location used subfolders, then you can select the By Original Folders choice from this drop-down menu to organize the imported photos into subfolders based on the original subfolder hierarchy in the source folder. Choosing By Date from the drop-down menu instead creates and organizes new subfolders based upon the imported image capture dates. If you choose this option, then select the date format to use for the subfolder names from the adjacent Date Format drop-down that appears. Alternatively, selecting the Into One Folder choice from the drop-down menu saves all the source files into a single subfolder. For all of your import options, you will also notice panels named File Handling and Apply during import at the right side of the screen. For any import choice that also involves moving or copying the source files, you will also see a file renaming panel appear here too. These panels let you set other options for importing files. We'll examine these importing options and settings in later lessons in this chapter. After setting any destination folder location options if needed, you're ready to import your photos. In the lower right corner of the screen are two Cancel and Import buttons. To cancel the import process and close the window, you would click the Cancel button. To complete the import, click the Import button. Depending on the number of photos you import, this operation may take a few minutes. Imported photos are always added to your currently selected Lightroom Classic CC catalog, to which you can always import more photos later. You'll notice that the Lightroom Classic CC interface changes after you initially import photos to the current catalog. After initially importing photos, the panel groups on the right and left sides of the screen change to display different tools, and the film strip panel along the bottom of the screen shows the photos within your catalog.
Like what you see? Pick up your free copy of the complete tutorial at www.teachucomp.com/free.